Okay. We want to thank you all for tuning in, logging on to another episode of the Illuminati News Hour Illuminati Radio podcast show right here on Illuminati Radio Podcast. If you're new to this channel, hit that subscribe button, turn on your notification bell so you'll be notified when I drop this breaking news on you. As you guys come in here, make sure you guys hit that like button. It's very important that you guys hit that like button. I'm your host, I'm your pastor, Mr. Michael Smith. And a little bit later on, I will be opening up the telephone lines for questions. If you have any questions and you want to call in, the telephone number would be in the description box below. It's area code 202 926 1127. That's 202 926 1127. And the access code is 961-824. That's 961-824. If you guys want to tune in to other breaking news reports, you know what I'm saying? As you know, we don't really, you know what I'm saying, do breaking news on this channel. So if you want to check out all the breaking news reports, go to our podcast. The podcast link is in the description box below. It's www.illuminatipodcast.com. Click on that link, that'll take you to the podcast, and you can hit that support button and support this podcast for just 99 cents per month. You can do that by just simply clicking on the link in the description box below. And we got a lot of other reports and a lot of other news reports that you think that we didn't do. We did it. It's all on the podcast. We be on the podcast every day giving this truth. Okay, so I'm just going to, you know what I'm saying, I'm just going to touch base a little bit on this Minneapolis police shooting. Let me tell you something. And Negroes who follow behind this protest for this one individual. It's the same Negroes that protest for the one individual called George Floyd. It's the same Negroes who protest for that other individual called Freddie Gray, Trayvon Martin, Michael Brown, Eric Gardner. You notice all of these incidents that I just named had something in common. They all take your minds off of the actual problem that is in the communities today. You know what I'm saying? You focus on what the Romans put on their television. You know what I'm saying? And just all you have to do is all of these incidents that I just named. George Floyd, Freddie Gray, Trayvon Martin, Michael Brown, Eric Gardner, you know what I'm saying? And this guy right here. They all have one thing in common. And what is that one thing they have in common? Well, the lawyer that backs them is part of the Boule. Benjamin Crumb. Every last one of them psyops, Roman psyops. You know, and I'm not saying that it didn't happen. I'm not saying that this guy didn't get killed. I'm not saying that this guy didn't get shot. I'm not saying this guy. All I'm saying is, look at it. 22-year-old guy who so-called let me go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and play the audio. I'm gonna go ahead and play the audio, and we're just gonna decipher it from the audio. As you guys come in here, make sure you guys hit that like button as you guys come in here. I'm gonna go ahead and play the audio, and I'm gonna let you guys decipher it from the audio. Audio 2. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make this report a little quick. Hold on one moment. I'm gonna make this report a little quick.
We have breaking updates tonight in the deadly police shooting that happened yesterday morning in Minneapolis. In just the last few hours, the city released footage from an officer's body-worn camera.
A warning, though, it could be disturbing to watch. It shows the encounter that killed Admeir Locke inside a downtown apartment. is here now to walk us through the video and what we've learned tonight about this investigation, Jeff.
Amelia, earlier today, Locke's family.
Now, the first thing and foremost, how did this officer get a key? I mean, I've been in many, well, I can't say many. I've been in about 3 police raids, you know what I'm saying, in my day. And I think all them police raids, you know what I'm saying, involve narcotics and drugs. Now you know what I'm saying, I wasn't selling drugs, nor was I taking drugs. But you know what I'm saying, I guess I was guilty by association. You know what I'm saying, just hanging around criminals. You know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, get you in the mix of police raids. You know what I'm saying? I remember one police raid, you know, and each police raid that I've been on, they always come in at what time? Around between early morning, 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. And as these police raids happen these times of the morning, never once did I hear about the task force coming into the door with a key. Never heard of it. You know what I'm saying? Even when the police have warrants, I never heard of a police, you know what I'm saying, raiding anybody's house with a key. Never heard of it. You know what I'm saying? It was always, you know what I'm saying, the battering ram, or, you know what I'm saying, them announcing the police and then busting in. You understand? But this incident happened. The police had a damn key. Was this the police's residence? But let's go ahead.
They first viewed the video, which is what city leaders wanted before they released it to the public. Now, the elements of the video unfold quickly, as you just saw. The video clip itself was 15 seconds in total, but an officer's gun goes off 9 seconds after police enter the apartment. Officers use a key.
So the 15 seconds in total, and 9 seconds, so 159, which is Roman. Let me tell you something. Like I said, I'm not going to say that this didn't happen, but the elite sure enough is adding their numbers to it to make it their own propaganda piece.
To open the door and immediately start shouting search warrant and other commands as they enter. MPD gave us this slowed down version of the footage. Their guns are drawn, flashlights on. They then kick the couch that Locke is sleeping on, and as he awakens and gets up, he is holding a gun. Officer Mark Hanneman shoots him. Police also released this still frame from the video showing.
Okay. Lockett, so called, was sleeping on the couch. And as he gets up, he was holding a gun. Now, I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer, but why would Lockett be in so fear that he would have to sleep with his gun? You know what I'm saying? It's like Lockett was on alert. Lockett was sleeping with his gun. So as he was rose up, they said he had a gun. You know what I'm saying? If you have to sleep, you know what I'm saying, around somewhere where you have to have a gun, then you shouldn't be going to sleep.
The gun in Locke's hand. Yesterday, police said the gun was pointed at officers. At a press conference with Mayor Jacob Friday night, community leaders asked Interim Police Chief Amelia Huffman if she could specifically point out when the gun was pointed at the officer.
So if you look at that still image, even though you don't see all of the officers, the involved officer was just outside the frame in the direction that that barrel is emerging from the blanket. And certainly when the county attorney's office reviews that case, they will be carefully examining all of those factors. And I'm absolutely positive they will take a look at that.
It was not long after that answer that civil rights attorney Nakima Levy Armstrong passionately interrupted the press conference. She's part of a new city commission to improve public safety and said Fry and Huffman's response to the shooting is not what voters want.
What they were expecting is a new beginning. That's why they gave you more power and authority. So that is what we want to see as the residents of Minneapolis. We don't want to see cover-ups. We don't want to see whitewashing. People are asking very simple questions that have still not been answered. Amelia, you're saying you want to be the chief? Then act like it.
We learned some other new details tonight. St. Paul police had a warrant to search 3 apartments in the building related to a homicide investigation. Chief Huffman did confirm.
I wonder if the St. Paul, Minnesota Police Department had a key to those other 3 apartments when they, you know what I'm saying? Because they said that St. Paul Police Department has search warrant to search 3 other apartments as well as the Mr. Locke's apartment. Did St. Paul Police Department have a key for all the other apartments? That's what puzzling me. I ain't never seen. I in the history of raids, and I've been in about 3 of them in my day. I ain't never seen a police raid where the police department goes in the house with a key.
That Locke was not named in the search warrant and added that St. Paul police recovered evidence from the building that could be related to that initial homicide investigation.
Jeff, a lot going on there. All right, thank you. There is still a lot that we don't know about this police shooting. We talked to experts to get answers about warrants, gun rights, and gaining access to apartments. You can find that story on WCCO.com. The attorneys for Locke's family are speaking tomorrow, and we'll keep you updated on WCCO and CBS News Minnesota.
Okay, so there you have it, people. You know what I'm saying? This is just a little quick report. I gotta look more into this, but the reason why I'm doing this, I'm to turn on the news and look like people is doing that damn protesting shit again. You know what I'm saying? But Black Lives Matter, black. But if they go back to their own community, you know what I'm saying? The thing about this is, our people are naive and they will go for anything. They'll follow behind Mr. Lockett, 22 years old, in the year 2022. 2022 2022 represents to build. It's the Master Mason Master Builder's number. This man was also 22. I also want you guys to look at. Actually, I'm going to do a podcast later on this evening on a street pastor who was gunned down. Well, not gunned down. He was stabbed down in the streets in Texas at the age of 22. They said all this street pastor did was go out to the street corners and preach the gospel, preach to gangbangers and stuff like that. And they said he was stabbed down in the streets. That's down in Texas. I'm going to be doing that report on the podcast as well. So look at the podcast. The podcast link is in the description box below. You know what I'm saying? And also, I'm going to be doing what's her name? Halle Berry just came out with a movie called Moonfall. I'm gonna be doing that on the podcast as well. You know what I'm saying? That Halle Berry movie. What's his name? Nick Cannon just came out talking about apologizing to all his baby's mamas. You know what I'm saying? I did that on the podcast. The rapper C Blue, who was rearrested. I did that. That's on the podcast. So to all of you, the news reports that you think I thought I missed, you know what I'm saying? I did not miss them. They all on the podcast, and I'll be doing those. I'll be doing some updates of this report right here. It will be on the podcast. This is just a little quick report on this guy right here. This is propaganda. Now, like I said, I'm not saying that he didn't get killed. I'm saying that the numbers line up for it to be another George Floyd, Trayvon Martin, another Michael Brown, another Freddie Gray, another Eric Gardner. You know what I'm saying? Something to keep your mind off of the what's really going on in your communities. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah. So don't forget, tune into the Bible study classes. You know what I'm saying? Every night at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's every night at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you don't know where the Bible study class is at, get into the Bible study class by sending me a friend request to my Facebook page, which is PSTR Michael Smith, and that's on Facebook. That's PSTR Michael Smith, and that's on Facebook. Get into that Bible study class. I think that's going to wrap it up. I said I was going to open up the phone lines, but I'm not gonna open up the phone lines. I'm just gonna do this report, and that's it. Till next time, I have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday afternoon. I bless you all.